So you're asking me what it is that I allow to entertain me so diligently while I drive, you know? Why do I make videos so much? Why do I talk so much? What am I really after? What am I trying to learn? What am I trying to discover? What is it that I'm essentially trying to achieve, you know? What are all these videos about? This is what you're here hounding me about, right? This is why you keep activating my crown chakra to think, and my pineal gland to visualize. So, what is it that you're trying to do in my moment? What is it trying to, because, like, look at this. Like, I'm driving, I'm here, I'm calm. And all I realized was that there's something here driving extra impulse into my moment. Now, why do I live? I live to manifest my reality, to manifest parts of reality. That's why I live. So, if anything is right here, right now, while I'm driving, what do you think their intention is pointing you towards learning about yourself? What is all my talking about? Why am I spending so much time examining myself, my words, and my delivery? What impression am I after? So essentially what I'm here understanding about myself is that I have to manifest myself, right? How do I manifest myself? Through the impulses and the chemistry that happens both in my brain and through my heart. So that's two electrical systems working in tandem. Now, how have they been caused to war in our reality to give us these impressions and these experiences of oppression and possession? Very simple, They have a clash within you, So what am I here doing right now? I've been learning how my words manifest things. I've been learning how my feelings lead to my mouth beginning the process of manifestation. And I've been learning how things have conditioned themselves to walk me by the hand through this process. That's what I've been learning. What about you guys? Has anybody learned anything like that? Because I'm still looking and hearing somebody trying to basically draw the picture of holding my hand, And of course I understand that they're just trying to create the delusion and the illusion of nothing of the shit that they're talking about, nor directing the mind to perceive and perception is anything other than a distraction from the truth of the matter. Being that I'm present, I'm in my own body, and essentially I'm learning how to manifest my reality. All the stumbling stones that life and the lack thereof having parents to teach me and educate me about this side of myself, society has basically stepped in and basically been the teacher, So the only problem is they're so used to judging themselves and judging each other that every time they enter my mouth, my mind, my body, my spirit, my existence, my manifestation of myself, I have to measure these parts of myself. I have to draw attention. I have to amp them up. I have to see how they're doing, making sure that the health of my system is operating as it's supposed to be, because I'm not here to be a person that is looking at the camera. I'm not even interested in that. What I'm interested in is being present. That's what interests me in. So here I am, present. Now, I'll tell you something about my moment. That right now I'm letting reality guide me. Right now I'm not listening to traffic. The cars around me are the ones directing my movement. That's what I'm using to navigate by. The guy who was in front of me is how fast I'm going. I was so tuned out of my moment in that conversation and explanation that I didn't even take the time to look at the lights around me, to look at, any of the things that are gravity, drawn, because essentially they're essential for the safety of safe driving and continuous driving, But since what I'm here to show you is the dangers that are associated with driving, that other people are more interested in getting paid through rather than documenting and giving you guys the step-by-step guideline of how and how not to live your life. So, I don't know if you guys can hear, but I can hear the ether constantly, It has a lot of sounds, the heartbeats, impulses. There's so much that lives in the ether, It's called the silence within. And apparently, what I'm learning right now is, why would somebody yell at me forget? Am I performing for somebody? Is somebody measuring me? Is somebody feeling their safety protocols activating and deactivating while they sit there and draw this narrative? Because why sit there and tell me forget? I mean, unless you're measuring me, unless you think that I think that you're measuring me, or else why would you even say forget? I don't care. What would be the whole point of it, That's what I want to know. I'm driving, I'm the freeway. You're clearly tuned in to be able to remote view through my eyes, So I call you an observer. An observer like heaven. Heaven's always watching, So yeah, you guys are an entity coming down from the heavenly realm. I mean, that's the next explanation. I just want to know all the delusions I'll tell myself, I want to know each one. Every illusion that you'll want me to cope with and that you'll play along to. That's what I want to know. Right now, my day actually is going very well. I'm actually driving about to go take care of some responsibilities with some priorities and obligations attached to it, So that's what my day is consisting of. But I just figured, hey, I'd let you guys use the actor that I live consistently, knowingly, and intentionally, for you guys. But my day is wonderful, In the highway, driving like 65, the speed limit's 75, but the traffic in front of me is going 65, so that's the speed limit that I'm driving at. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this performance, I love when I can make spirits act for us, especially when I can have ideas and beliefs like that, and like the rest of the world. As long as it's entertainment, you guys will be entertained. So be entertained, y'all. Thanks for your time. Talk to y'all later, and have a good day.